I am the host of the Ralph Report Wrestling Edition SmackDown Post Show. And yeah, what do you want to talk about? And let us talk to you tonight. And I am the revolutionary. I am the visionary. I am Ralph Williams, and acknowledge me. All right. Okay, we're here tonight for the SmackDown Post Show, and we're here at Studio B in Berlin, Maryland, at Studios 10, and we got somebody here. Oh, forget about that. I'm not going to do that. I don't know who that is anyway. But anyhow, all right, we have with us today guest Brian Pettit from the Sports Break Media. Brian also works with me on the Saturday Sports Blast Show, and we do some other projects together. And we were just discussing earlier about some future projects that we have in mind that we're possibly going to be involved in. As soon as I can find his, oh, there it is right there. There we go. There's the man right there. Brian Pettit in the Sports Break Media. Brian also has a YouTube channel and social media platforms. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our platforms and also Pensman Sports as well. Don't forget to subscribe to his Facebook or his YouTube channel, social media platforms. Let me see if I can get this going here. For some reason, it's not coming up, and I don't know why. What the heck? There we go. There I got it. Pensman Sports, there he is. And don't forget, he's also on our Saturday Sports Blast Show, but he will not be joining us tomorrow because he's on a trip. But Sunday, Pensman will be joining me here in Studios 10. We're going to be in Studio D outside on my front deck. We're going to be out on Studio D, and we're going to be outside, and we're going to be doing the Saturday night's main event post show, and that'll be Sunday. I'll have the time on my social media platforms, but we're going to be doing that. Stay tuned to all my platforms for the time on Sunday for the Saturday night's main event post show. And then don't forget, we're going to do a post SummerSlam night 1 and 2 show. So don't forget about those as well. That's all coming up also. All right. Okay, Brian, let's get started. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight.
Thank you. It's been a wonderful week. You know, I had a couple of days off, Monday and Tuesday, had to go back Wednesday. But I'm back in the groove now. So, how that
absolutely. Goes. Absolutely. Okay, let's get started with these matches. The first match, Finn Balor versus Talla Tonga. I thought Finn Balor might have had a problem with this match, but I was taking him because of his experience. And I was right. He did win this match. And it just turns out that, Talla Tonga got fooled again, and Finn Balor won this match. So that was a good thing. And So your thoughts on this match? Go ahead.
I thought that Finn would have done it. I knew kind of Finn would win and everything. So, I mean, it's just, the part of things, I just wonder where they're going to take this, to the next level with Finn,
Yeah.
Where, I mean, is he actually going to, do you think that he could actually go for a belt or something in the near future? Because I don't know where he would, with this win right now, you kind of don't want to know where he's going to go, though,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Betty with
lot
of
here we go. Here we got, I don't know who this is, but thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for tuning
Appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you, everybody who's on our platforms and my 2 Facebook pages, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, X, and the Kick Network, as well as my 2 Facebook pages. Christian is checking in. Thank you, Christian. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the show. And in the comments section, wide open as well. I want to wish a very happy birthday to my lovely wife here, who had a birthday on Wednesday. And also, I want to say happy birthday to who had a birthday yesterday, Smokin' Jim Frazier, my co-host on the Sports Corner radio show, and good friend. And he had a birthday yesterday, so I want to wish him a happy birthday as well. And and happy anniversary to Luther Dupree and his wife Simone. They just had their anniversary this week as well. So I want to wish a great week for everyone and related in the RW Media Productions family. That's right. Yeah, you're right about Finn Balor though, Brian. I think Finn, they got to find something for him to do. I mean, they got to get him involved in something, or whatever. Christian says, I love WWE. I do too. I think I kind of like AEW a little bit more because they do more wrestling, less of this. With the mouth. I get tired of chit chat all night long and only 4 matches. At least you get something from them. Real Yahweh says he wants to shout out to his brother's birthday. He likes getting shouted out. His first name is Nick. Well, Nick, I want to wish you a happy birthday. Thank you, Nick.
He's 39. He's actually 39, he said.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you. Happy birthday, Nick. Happy birthday to everybody who has a birthday this week. There you go.
There we go.
But hey, Brian, I don't know if you remember, she died last week. Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart. Remember that song?
I don't remember it, but I heard it when it
heard it. Yeah, she passed away.
That's sad. We've also. Yeah. I mean,
we're losing them all.
Yeah. Well,
we're losing them all.
Well, I told my mom. I know we're getting off of WWE for about a second, but Ralph, my thing was, and I asked mom the question, and a couple other ladies, who is actually would be a big time loser this year if somebody passed away, and I told them that we know passing away is a deep subject, but who's going to be that next big thing? That's kind of what I talked about, Mom. But back.
That's a good question. Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah,
I mean, you could look at it all the way. Wrestling. Last year we lost Hulk Hogan. And
we lost Bray Wyatt. We lost a few of them. Yeah, we lost a bunch of guys. Hulk Hogan was a big one.
But I'll tell you, the biggest one that would shock everybody would be Ric Flair. About his health.
Yeah, if Ric Flair passed, that would be he's still alive. And
he's still alive. That'd be a big hit.
He's up there. He's ill. There's a few guys who are. So all right, let's get moving with the second match. Right. Tiffany Stratton versus Jacy Jade. That she's part of that 3-woman group that came up from NXT. But she lost. Tiffany won in that match, and now Tiffany moves on. They're going to have everybody. It was announced tonight by acting SmackDown GM Adam Pearce, because he's not going to be. I heard some rumors today that William Regal is going to be the new SmackDown GM interim until Nick Aldis, if he chooses to come back. I'm hearing another rumor coming around, and I got to check out with I have some sources out there that I can probably reach out to, Dave Meltzer or John Ross Sapp and a few other guys that I have to confirm this with them or find out from any of their reports, or Sportskepedia as well, because Sportskepedia is reporting that there's a possibility that there's going to be a Nick Aldis versus Gunther match. Now, if Nick Aldis wins the match, Gunther has to leave WWE, or he will not be able to participate in any more championship matches. That's 2 stipulations that I heard. The next one is if Nick Aldis loses, he has to step down permanently as manager of SmackDown. He's temporarily, he has resigned temporarily, and William Regal, starting next week, is supposed to take over as new SmackDown GM. Adam Pearce said he don't want to do both shows.
Wasn't Regal wasn't he a general manager of one of the other shows?
He was general manager of NXT for a long time.
So yeah. And that's with Sting, wasn't it? Years ago.
And then they brought him back. He was involved. He was in several wrestling companies. He was in WCW. He was in NWA, WWE. He was King of the Ring. He was a champion, and he was a nasty wrestler. But he was I think he was a good, kind of leadership. He brought a lot of flair to it. Oh yeah. I want to say welcome, Greg, to the show. Thank you for being commenting, Greg. So, all right, welcome everyone tonight. This is the SmackDown post show as part of the Ralph Report Wrestling Edition. And all right, let's move on here. Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax. Charlotte Flair interfered, but get this, it was a disqualification, and Jade Cargill did make the cut for the and I'm getting ready to get into this now. Adam Pearce announced tonight, it's official, Rhea Ripley cannot wrestle. So they're going to have an interim Now, this is the first time WWE has ever done this. AEW is good for this. They're going to have an interim women's champion on SmackDown, and they're doing a 5-woman ladder match at SummerSlam, and you have to qualify. They have qualifying matches, all right, on SmackDown. So
that's going to put a lot of people. That's going to put a lot of people in jeopardy of,
yes.
you never know where they're going to turn it to. With Triple H there, you never know what he's thinking, what they're thinking. The only thing that we know is we're just spectators, but in reality, they know what they're doing. They make the storylines, but they actually probably don't know until they actually get there.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, Tiffany Stratton beat Jacy. Jade Cargill won on disqualification. Next week on SmackDown, Nia Jax versus Charlotte Flair for a qualifying match. So that's next week. All right, Nia Jax gets another match because of what happened tonight. Charlotte Flair interference in this match.
I didn't see that one coming, but you kind of knew something was up with that too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, tonight they actually had 5 matches instead of 4. They usually have only 4. This team's a waste, this Fraxiom. I can't stand this team. I don't like them anyway. They fought the War Raiders, and the War Raiders now are the former Viking Raiders. They're now called the War Raiders. They have the AAA tag team belts from AAA. That's that new wrestling company that WWE and TKO purchased about six months ago. Yeah. So they they intertwine. You got Damian Priest on there working down there and on SmackDown. You have Dom Mysterio there. He's the champ. You got Rey Mysterio as the general manager. They got a lot of guys from the company working with that AAA. You got Rey Fenix as the cruiserweight champion. So you got a lot of guys, as I would say, that participate in that, right?
Oh yeah.
And then also Cody Rhodes. We saw that nonsense that happened with Gunther. I called it before we went on the air.
You did call it before we went on the air.
Yes, I said either Nick Aldis or Sami Zayn's going to get involved in this, and guess what? Sami Zayn did get involved. CM Punk got involved. So.
All of it, and it was a war bath just right there at the ring. So I knew, when they do something like that, when they bring out the big hitters like Gunther and Cody Rhodes, something was going to happen.
Because, yeah, you did. You knew it. Right. Yeah, you knew something was coming down. You just simply knew that it was going to be this way. And I'm very upset with WWE right now. I think they ought to be ashamed of themselves. They should have fired Gunther the way he did what he did to Nick Aldis last week. I know they're trying to lead up into a storyline. I get that. But if it was any other wrestler, I think they would have been fired, suspended. I hear Gunther has been suspended. They brought him back tonight for this match against Cody Rhodes and for him to be on Saturday night's main event. Now, Brian, Saturday night's main event, before we get into that, let's get into some notes that happened tonight. Okay. Gunther did his little segment. Who cares? The Rhea Ripley thing we just talked about. And then there will be the 5-women ladder match. We already talked about that. Danhausen at it again, with his usual stuff.
Just Danhausen.
Yeah, he's Danhausen.
And I wonder what they're going to we haven't seen the main part of it yet, Ralph. And
What's that?
they've always been talking about where's the big man at? He's been talking about this big thing about where is his other wrestler. You know what I'm talking about though? When he Danhausen when he has when there's a tag team match involved. So
he always has the little Danhausens.
But where's that sheet at, or the guy that they've been talking about that he's been working on for God, it seems like 2 months now.
He was teaming up with Matt Cardona. I know that. And Matt Cardona and him were best buddies. They were in the Indies together after Matt Cardona left TNA and NWA. And then he went into the Indies for a little while, independent wrestling. And then now he's in the WWE. And they've been friends for years. Danhausen did the same thing after his contract was up at AEW. Yeah. And, so... But the one I liked tonight was, as far as notes go and confrontations, Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. That was an interesting one right there.
That was actually a fun one to watch too.
Yeah, it was. It was fun. And I thought Baron Corbin was going to come out and beat both of them up again. But, now Trick Williams has an actual competitor. Baron Corbin is a good wrestler. I mean,
and I didn't know if you knew this, Ralph. Trick Williams is from South Carolina.
That's what I heard. Yeah, I heard.
He's from here. But, I mean, I like the belt, though. You got to give it to him. They made the new belt, the row, the kind of like the feathers and everything. So I kind of like that. I kind of dig that one, though. But, with his new one.
Oh, yeah.
But I just don't know where they're going to take this one because now you're seeing two friends collide. So, where are they going to take it,
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, those of you who don't know, used to be friends in NXT. They worked together. Carmelo Hayes was the champ. Trick Williams was his sidekick. And then Trick Williams became the champ. Carmelo Hayes worked beside him. They kind of swapped the whole situation. And then Carmelo Hayes was first to come up to the WWE main roster. And then they brought Trick up about, 3 months ago, I believe?
Yeah.
They brought him up. Yeah. All right. We got a couple matches added to SummerSlam. I'm not going to go through that roster yet. We'll do that next week because it's about 2 weeks away. I want to see what matches more that they're going to add. They already added this 5-woman ladder match for Rhea Ripley to be the interim champion until she comes back.
Yeah.
But they also added a 6-man match on Raw Monday night. Brian, I think we need to talk about.
Yeah.
LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys versus the Usos and Jacob Fatu. That's going to be a very, very interesting match.
Yeah. Right,
your thoughts on that, Brian?
Well, if we go look at some of if you go look back at the television of his stuff, the three guys that were doing at the Fan Fest, did you notice anything that actually the three of them were actually having fun on the stage when they were doing their thing?
Yeah.
It wasn't really competitive. They let their guard down a little bit.
Yeah, they did.
They were joking around, and I was thinking, if that's really him, then okay, what is his name?
LA Knight.
Not LA. Yeah, the LA Knight, and that they kind of let their guard down because they were laughing and. They did because you never know what the Usos and Jacob Fatu. He's crazy. Yeah. I mean, and all that. Sad part about all this is I like LA Knight. I like his mic skills. I like the way he conducts himself. He's really good at what he does. They don't know what to do with Royce Keys, which is sad because he was Powerhouse Hobbs in AEW, and they don't know what to do with him. And they got Ricky Saints. They don't know what to do with him. He hasn't been around for a couple of weeks. They got all these guys that they brought in from AEW, and they don't know what to do with them. Brought them up from the NXT roster, cut guys, asked them to take pay cuts. It's just been one thing after another here. TKO's got this whole thing all shuffled around, and it is what it is. It's a debacle. You never know what they're going to do,
Right. Well, I'm sorry. Thank you for watching the show. We're not talking about religion tonight. We're talking about wrestling. So just to let you know. Yeah. All right. Brian, tomorrow night, let's get into this Saturday night's main event, which hasn't been very good for a while. They've had some dinky matches. They have a few here that I'm not real impressed with, but here's the main event. CM Punk, Cody Rhodes versus Gunther and Sami Zayn. And tonight, acting General Manager of SmackDown, Adam Pearce, announced tonight that there will be a stipulation to this. If Gunther and Sami Zayn win this match, there will be a fatal 4-way for CM Punk's championship now. If they win this match. Now, there should be another stipulation put in here, which, of course, Gunther got his way yet again, all right, which I'm not happy about. Right. He got his way yet again, and they should have said, okay, well, if Cody and CM Punk win the match, Sami Zayn and Gunther can no longer compete for the title. They should have put that in there, and they didn't.
They didn't put it in on the contract. It's crazy.
Yeah, they should have done it that way.
This thing is going to get really nasty, and I mean, you don't know where, like we said in the previous, why is Cody Rhodes wrestling all the time now? Is he trying to get the belt,
Yeah, he's trying to get the belt back, and I don't know why they took it from him in the first place.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you don't know what the storyline is for Cody Rhodes. You don't know where Zayn Smith is. Zayn, are you going to give it back to him? Because he only had 1 day of 24 hours, didn't really have the belt.
Well, he had it for 9 days.
Yeah,
and,
he had it 9 days.
Yeah.
But it keeps
Hey, Drew McIntyre has the record. He had it for 5 minutes. And then he got beaten the Money in the Bank match, the Money in the Bank case. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, I do. But
all right, let's get into.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Brian.
No, I'm just saying you don't know what the belt's going to do because they're switching and swapping.
No, not at all.
And my thing is, when you win the belt, they don't keep it for a long time because you're back in it again. You could lose.
Yeah, they haven't been really making guys hold on to the belt for a long time. Like Gunther had the Intercontinental title for 500 and some days. Roman Reigns had the belt for 2,000 days or whatever. I can't remember how many. I think you get my point. That the fact that they haven't been doing that lately. They've been short reigns as title holders.
A couple of weeks short.
Right? Yeah, very short. Yeah. And I was surprised they took it away from Cody Rhodes. But the stories I'm hearing. And again, there's a lot of rumors out there. You got to go to the right place. Certain people, you don't pay attention to them. They come on and they do this all the time. I'm not going to mention no names. They come on and their information, they come on with the heading that this is what's going on. But then they say, well, I think that might happen. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next, WWE World Women's Tag Team belts are up on the line tomorrow night. Paige and Brie Bella versus Laney Reed and Fallon Henry. They're part of that group we talked about earlier. Yeah. The 3 ladies that came up from NXT. They're part of that group. I see Paige and Bella winning this match. Experience is there. I know the other ones are young and hungry. But, I don't see them winning this match. Yeah, how about you? What do you think on this one?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. The younger the generation they're getting right now, I think the older women will get it, with experience. They're not just going to let the newcomers come in there and go crazy wild and get belts and everything like that. Because and you got to throw in this. Where's Liv Morgan in this?
Yeah, that's a good question here. I don't know, but Liv Morgan's not going to be involved in this.
But could she though?
I know.
Could the theory could she get involved somehow, some way?
Oh, she's going to be involved tomorrow night. Danhausen versus JD McDonough. All right, JD McDonough of the Judgment Day. No disqualification. So tonight, I guess that's what Kathy Kelly asked Danhausen. What are your plans? No disqualification. Judgment Day could run roughshod all over this match. So Danhausen better come up with something. You know what I mean?
But he's got his tricks. He's got his little tricks. You're cursed, and that could really go sideways really quick.
Yeah. Now this next match could be the last match we see Bayley in if she loses. I would suspect because there's rumors going around she's leaving WWE. Contracts coming up. I think the end of August, maybe. And she's leaving WWE. She's not happy the way she's being used. And Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. These two used to be tag team partners. They've been friends. They've stabbed each other in the back a couple different times. Now we're back to this again. I don't like it, Brian, when they keep doing the same old stuff over and over again like this. You know what I mean? Let's move on to something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Same thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, we see Rhea doing it the same thing when she came back. They're trying to plug her in there.
Yeah,
and you see it with Liv Morgan. They got to plan it. But, I mean, some way they got to do something different,
Oh, yeah. All right. And then finally, Roman Reigns is going to have Jalen Brunson, who was part of that championship team, part of the New York Knicks championship team, because it's at Madison Square Garden. Acknowledge him tomorrow night. So will Jalen Brunson do that? I don't know. Will Seth Rollins be in the house to get involved like he did Monday night? Saturday night's main event tomorrow night, Brian, could be interesting. I mean, it's been boring lately, but it could be interesting.
Or it could be, or I could say it could be like a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Where everybody knocks out everybody. But no, and you can think about this. Think about this one too. Seth Rollins could go down again tomorrow. You know what he did to Roman Reigns Monday night?
Oh yeah.
So
that's why Seth is Seth Rollins, man. You know, he always has a plan.
Never can tell.
Yeah.
Both of those, you can't turn their back on both of them. You really can't. If I was in wrestling, you can't turn your back on both of them because they'll snake bite you real quick. You know?
Oh yeah. All right, Brian. We got some announcements, and we're going to wrap it up here. All right. First of all, don't forget the Ralph Williams Show tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. on 93.5 The Beach down here in the Delmarva region. There it is, 50,000 watts of power, FM 93.5 The Beach, the Ralph Williams Show. Always lots to talk about as well, and we'll be on for that. And then the Ralph Williams Show on yet again, and this time we're on 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on AM 1250, The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial. And let me see if I got that video. Here it is right here. Here it is. All right, that's tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., 12:50 a.m., The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial, The Answer, PGH.com. Please don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channels as well.
That's right.
I can't stress that anymore. All right, also at 10 a.m. right here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and the Kick platforms. Here we are, the Saturday Sports Blast Show with me, Ralph Williams, Brian Pettit tomorrow, possibly Leo Haggerty, No Pensman Sports. We talk about, will there be a sophomore slump from the coaches from last year in the NFL? We'll talk about that tomorrow. We got World Cup to talk about and some other stuff. So, but anyway.
Hey, Ralph, as you said, can somebody get exposed?
Yes, somebody could get exposed. We're always doing that. Now, that's a new show that I have here as part of RW Media Productions. I am going to be exposing a company down here who kind of did me wrong on some sponsorship advertising. I'm exposing them. And anytime you want me to expose a restaurant, you want me to expose somebody, a squatter, I've done that already. I've exposed a bunch of things, bunch of people. Anybody that's done you wrong, anybody that's done my family wrong, or anyone that's going to rip somebody off, senior citizens, my handicapped brethren, I've exposed a lot of people so far, and I'll continue to do so. But, we could have we could have some fun with this on the sports program too, Brian. You know, expose the sports guy, somebody that commits a crime or causes a problem with a team or something. You know, we could do that. Yeah, you're exposed. You know. But anyway, don't forget to the Ralph Report exposed. We'll be having something coming up. I'm exposing a company down here who was supposed to do sponsorship advertising with me. We agreed on it. I sent them the contract. They never signed it. I waited 2.5 weeks, and now it's toodaloo. You know, and I don't have time to wait.
We got another person coming in here.
Oh yeah, hang on a minute. Let me get to the final announcement tomorrow.
Right.
Finally, the Saturday of Ralph concludes at 2:00 with the Sports Corner Radio Show on 12:50 a.m. The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial. With me, Ralph Williams, Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree, Smoking Jim Frazier's under the weather, will not be part of the broadcast tomorrow at 2:00. We have a lot to talk about, and we'll be talking about a bunch of stuff tomorrow in sports. So don't forget to tune in. Also on the Answer, PGH.com. All right, let's see who else we have here before we wrap it up. Don't forget to tune in to, let's see. All right, there we go. Fella, Siona, whatever that is. All right.
Yep.
And Jordan. Wow. Sad to hear, but we're not talking about that tonight, but that's sad to hear. Americans dead in Jordan. That's terrible.
Ralph,
probably another Iranian attack or something. Yeah. Who knows?
Ralph, I want to give a thing here before we go. Yeah. Tune into Sports Break Media on most platforms. And if you go to my profile, please hit that subscribe button. And when we go live, hit that notification. Anytime Also, I opened up this week and I thought about it. My Discord is actually on there. So I actually have a Discord now. And also, if you want to buy a T-shirt or something from Sports Break Media or Tiger Stripes Media, also, my merch is actually on the website, on the YouTubes. And so you can go buy the merch, T-shirts, hats. We got all kinds of things for that. I just opened it up.
Are you active, Brian? Excuse me, on Discord. I was on Discord when I was with Highway Radio Hits, but I got off of it. But I might come back on it.
No, I'm not actually on them. I just did it this week.
Okay.
So it's in my biography, whatever you want to call it. Also, the podcast. Most of the episodes that we've actually had on this show, I haven't all downloaded them yet and got them all down there. So turn into most like iHeartRadio, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple now. We're on most of the platforms. So most of our shows that we've done in the past are
on there.
Are on everything. So yeah, this is what we're going to be doing a lot of, and also we're going to be doing a lot of things during football season. We're going to be going over teams. I'm going to do play-by-play. Pinsman's going to do play-by-play.
Yeah, we have college football shows coming back.
Going on. Yeah,
we have the college football show coming back this year.
Season 2, right, yeah. Ralph? Season 2.
Yes, season 2 of that. Yeah.
So
season 2. We got to do that. Season 2. Season 2. That's right. Of the college football show on Saturdays, 10 a.m.
That's right.
It'll take place in front of the Saturday Sports Blast show, and we are going to go over the ACC because and the Big Ten, because Pensman's Michigan, and then we're going to go over the AAC because that's where South Florida. I believe South Florida's in that conference.
Somewhere in there. But yeah, we got a lot of things coming up.
That's Leo. He covers South Florida, and then you cover Clemson, and I cover Pitt. Unfortunately,
and I'm going to cover a lot more ACC teams. But no, we'll be doing play-by-play. Reaction to some of the games, and we might even have a post-game show on Saturday talking about of everything. And Ralph, don't mention that you're actually Pittsburgh, doing those, you're Pitt fan.
Yeah, so, University of Pitt stuff. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Right now, I got a full plate of stuff, so I'm going to try to do the best I can.
Please subscribe to all our channels. We really appreciate it.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Let me tell you this too.
Exactly.
It's free. We're not getting paid. Exactly. It is a free subscription. That's all you got to do is subscribe and hit that notification. When we go live, you'll get a notification in your email, and that's all we do,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right. Thank you, Brian, for being part of the program tonight, and we'll be back Sunday. I'll put the time. Please tune into my social media platforms to get the times. Sunday. Myself, Pensman Sports. Brian, if you want to participate as well, we'll get you involved. We're going to be doing the post Saturday night's main event post show. Should be pretty interesting, but we'll see what's going on. We'll be doing that as well. Pensman and I will be in Studio D, which is outside on. It will be an outside broadcast, so that's going to be pretty interesting because we've never done one for the.
And Ralph, I want to mention this too. And I know that you don't talk about NASCAR a lot. I just want to.
No, I do not.
This. Okay, I just want to let you know this.
I'll let you do that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you knew this or not.
Good.
But the Truck Series and the NASCAR Series went back with Dale Jr. and a couple other people have worked on North Wilkesboro Speedway, and they will be racing on it. They raced on it today.
Right.
No, excuse me, tomorrow with the Truck Series. And also on Sunday at 7 p.m. at North Wilkesboro Speedway. That's happening at 7 o'clock. So they brought an old speedway that was broken down, torn up, new things. Dale Jr. went in here with his friends, and they cut grass. They did all this, and they brought it back to life, and they're racing this weekend at North Wilkesboro.
Okay, great. That's great to hear.
It's kind of an old racetrack. So
an old racetrack. Well, that's great that they were able to bring it back, get it moving. That's a good thing,
and now they're going to be racing on it this weekend. So congratulations.
Well, that's cool. That's great.
I think it's special though.
We can also talk about the All-Star Game tomorrow on the Saturday Sports Blast a little bit.
Was actually fun.
We'll get into the baseball All-Star Game and that kind of thing. It was kind of boring. I mean, I really didn't, enjoy it that much, but we'll see. You know what I mean? At least some of what I watched. You know what I mean?
I did think, and
so.
we'll talk about this too, and probably tomorrow. I like the home run derby this year.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that tomorrow about it.
But you have to admit, the baseball All-Star game is a true All-Star game. I mean, it really is.
Yeah,
it's the only one that's left other than the NHL game. And the NHL All-Star game is that world thing that they do, which is ridiculous. And then they got that. Then the NFL does that flag football because they don't want nobody to get hurt. You know what I mean? And then they do. And then, the NBA, maybe. I don't follow the NBA that much, you know what I mean, until the championship. But, they have their all-star game. And,
And I've heard this. I know we're trying to get over time here. But I heard this week from a couple of people that this could be the last this year. Next year, there might not be an all-star thing because of all the transition. That could hurt a lot of people.
Oh, you mean baseball?
Yes, I heard.
There's going to be a lockout, either a lockout or a strike. I'm hearing that story. Well, again, you got guys making $200 million. I don't understand why they have to walk out, or the owners are going to lock them out, and stuff. So, by the way, I forgot Brian to wish you July 1st, every July 1st until 2030, Bobby Bonilla Day. That's when Bobby Bonilla, former Mets third baseman, gets a $1.5 million check. He gets every year for 20 years, and it will end in 2030.
Wow, that's
believe.
Amazing.
Yeah, and the Mets have to pay him $1.5 million. So every July 1st, I would love to get a check like that every July 1st. Wouldn't anybody?
I think everybody in the chat. I think anybody. Just give me some money,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Every July the 1st, it's coming. All right, here we go. Let's go get our money now.
Yeah, exactly. We got these lousy pension plans nowadays. And, with these companies, they got lousy pension plans, But if you have a good 401k, you could do pretty good on that. Also, coming in the fall, we're going to start in September, Brian, as soon as we get some stuff cleared up around here and stuff, maybe October. We're going to do a show called Anything Goes. We're going to talk about anything.
Anything.
We're going to talk about anything. I wanted to do it this month, but, I had a lot of stuff going on here. And, a lot of people out here are understanding, unlike somebody in South Florida who wasn't understanding. You know what I mean?
No, we might talk about hot dogs, hamburgers, and you never know.
Hey, some good restaurants maybe. I don't want to give nobody any free publicity because they don't pass.
That's right. So,
I'll give you one or two free spots, but that's it. I'm not going to do. You know what I mean?
We might talk about all kinds of crazy stuff. So
that's
you never know what
you never know. We might talk about anything.
Yeah.
We could talk about dogs, cats. We could talk about whatever.
Exactly. We're just giving you a rundown because I know there's a couple. I know there's probably 50-something people in here actually. So
yeah, we got a good crowd tonight, which is great. So it's good to hear. All right, Brian, thank you for being part of the show. Once again, don't forget to tune into all our W Media production shows. Check out our social media platforms. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, we have our QR code at the top, I forgot to mention, and also the ticker tape at the bottom for sponsorship advertising information. And the shorts will be out sometime later on tonight before midnight, so you can check the shorts out as well on our social media platforms. Until next time, this has been the Ralph Report Wrestling Edition SmackDown Post Show. Until next time, have yourself a great one.